Hello YouTube, I just wanted to make this video to tell people how to get good crackle finishes on guitars and stuff. And then this will kind of be the result after, all my experiments. That's what I got it down to. This is like dull because it's level sanded, so this still needs more gloss on it, but this is what you can kind of expect from this method I'm about to tell you about. So the trick, first, okay. This right here, see this tile-y kind of pattern? That's not really what we're going for. That looks cool, but that doesn't look like these like sick 80s looking type crackle finishes, you know? We want this kind of stuff, right? We want it to look old school. This doesn't really look like that. Okay, so there's ways and timelines you have to do to get that kind of look and stuff, and layers and stuff. So what you gotta do with this was paint, enamel paint, engine enamel paint, or just regular, just paint, you know. So you lay, what I would do is, okay, I'll tell you about that later, but this right here was paint and then crackle paint, and that was left to dry by itself, you know. This was left to dry for like 40 minutes, and then it kind of split by itself. This right here, you want to, the way to get it good is you lay, what I would do on a guitar is I would lay down, you know, your solid color, you know, let that dry overnight, get it like that color that's underneath. You want that to dry. Then like the next day after that's dried, you want to do 2 coats of your color again. Let that tack off for like 10-15 minutes, and then you come back and you do like 5 or 6 coats of crackle all at once, like no time in between them. Just get that stuff on there super heavy, you know. And then what you do to get it to look like this instead of this is you don't let the crackle paint dry by itself. You want to hit it with a heat gun and get it to dry faster. That's what this difference is between the tile and the ripped 80s look, you know. This dried too fast, and that's what we want. We want that crackle paint to dry fast. So you do that with a heat gun and stuff. And then yeah, this is if you let it dry by itself, the crackle paint, it'll be cool, but it's not exactly what we're kind of going for, you know. Like this kind of stuff right here, that's a heat gun on a thick layer of crackle over 2 layers of paint. That's what this is right there. So that's kind of how I got this one to turn out like big like that, you know. I see some of them where they'll be really, you know, they'll be super tiny. Like some people will paint it, you know, and that dried fast, but there wasn't enough Crackle paint on here, so it didn't form those big patches of paint. And then this is kind of what happens if you don't get enough of the color underneath of it. But that still looks pretty cool. But yeah, that's the trick though to this stuff. When you're in this was this stuff right here. Just a regular Amazon Crackle. And then the paint I was using this engine enamel. You know. And then yeah, that's the trick though with this stuff, is you gotta get your color down, let it dry overnight, and then you do 2 coats of color the next day, 10 minutes, 10-15 minutes, and then you lay down like 5-6 layers of Crackle paint all at once, and then hit it with a heat gun. And that's how you get that old school, cool 80s look with it. Alright, hope that helps you guys, because it took a lot of experimentation and stuff. You can even see it on this one too, like up here, well, right around here, that was kind of starting to dry by itself. And all this cool ripped looking stuff, like these and stuff, you know, that was a heat gun. You just hit it with you hit that Crackle paint with a heat gun about like 6 inches away, you know. Don't stay in one spot too long, otherwise you'll kind of burn the paint. Or it'll do this right there. See how it got smaller? That's because I got too close with the heat gun right there. But yeah, that's how you do it. That's how you get them big and ripped looking like that. All this little stuff right here, these swirly looks and stuff, like this, you know, these and here, you know, like that kind of stuff. That's from that Crackle paint drying too fast, you know, because once it starts to dry by itself, you get these real even lines, you know, where it chips kind of like tile, you know. I mean, that's cool, but if you want that, like, that kind of stuff right there, where it looks ripped and stuff, you gotta have that paint dry faster. Alright, that's it.